Joe Penland. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine, Kathy. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on. You guys know Joe from Texas. You can find him at joefromtexas.com, joefromtexas.com. He's a businessman turned political activist. He is a little bit of everywhere. I love your podcast, and I really love this new thing you've been really talking about. I mean, you and I started talking about this early in like maybe February of this year, but I see you're writing articles. You can find a lot of his articles out there at newsmax.com. But Trump is bringing jobs back to America, and we can all do you have that applause button? We can do a round of applause for the jobs that are coming back to this country. He's expecting the numbers range between 1 million to 2 million jobs. Yes, that's a good thing. Jobs are a good thing. But the problem, Joe, that you and I have been talking about is that although jobs are coming back, the workers are not. We're like 1 million workers short right now for the jobs that we have. Now, you're a businessman and you know numbers. Can you lay out for us why this worker shortage matters and how your idea of immigration tariff addresses it?
Well, we have to have a lot of people working to continue just a program like Social Security. You know, when the first person started drawing Social Security in 1940, there was 160 people paying for every one person drawing.
Wow.
Now there's 2.4 paying for every person drawing. So just simple arithmetic tells us we need a lot of people working just to help a program called Social Security that affects about 70 million elderly people today. That's one reason why we need more people working. The next reason we need more people working is because we got such a large debt called $37 trillion. And the way you can help that debt get it down is more people working, paying taxes, not me and you, Kathy, paying more taxes. We need more people pulling this load.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? I think that is so profound. Social Security started under FDR, right?
That's right.
And you said at that time it was 160 people paying for every one person drawing Social Security. Today it's I'm sorry?
Social Security started in 1935. The first person started drawing it in 1945 years later.
Yeah, 5 years later. Okay, so now we're talking about FDR, the Great Depression. We have Social Security. And you said at that time, 160 people were paying for every one person drawing Social Security. Today, it's 2.4. Is that what you said?
That's exactly what I said.
Wow. Like that puts it into perspective. And I love your idea that, again, you've been talking about it a lot early on with me, but now I see you out there writing about it, talking about it. You have the ear of our speaker. So I'm sure you're the House Speaker. So I'm sure you're talking to him about it. Talk to us about this immigration tariff.
Well, there's also other people writing about it now. Dave Walker and I co-authored a article the other day that says addressing needed immigration reforms. You know, we need immigration in this country just like we did back in the turn of the century, back when 1894 to 1954, we brought 20 million people through Ellis Island the right way, and that helped work in the factories and build this country to the superpower that it is today. We need people working. We need more people pulling the load, and that's where it's at. Yeah, you and I both know, and we've talked about, we have a decline in birth rate in this country of 1.6. We need 2.1 to maintain. So how are we going to man these jobs? We can't, even if every woman today that was able to have a child got pregnant and had a child in the next year or so, that don't help us for 20 years for a workforce. So we've got to do something to capitalize on all these jobs that the president is bringing back, all this industry, $5 or $6 trillion of industry coming back to this country. We can't wait for children to be born and get to working age. We've got to take advantage of this now, and the only way to do that is get good, honest people that have no criminal background at all to come to this country and work like we did during the Ellis Island days.
Yeah, you know, I had DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin on a little bit earlier, as well as Congressman Scott Perry, and we were talking about, you know, illegals and a secure border and having the right kind of immigrations or immigration policies. No one is xenophobic. What we don't want is the crime, the drugs, the sex trafficking, and the harm. Look at what just happened in Florida with that truck crash with an illegal Indian alien coming in, getting a CDL license, and out there creating mayhem for the American people. We want the right kind of immigration policies. And so, because at some point, right now, according to the numbers, 0 people came across our border illegally. At some point, we are going to have to open the borders, open up the process for legal immigration. And when we do, we must do it the right way, because the reality is we don't have enough people to work the jobs that are coming back to this country.
Well, you're right, but to touch on what you said about the crime in Florida, I don't want people that's been here in America for 50, 60, 70 years, 30 years, been born here. I don't want them out there breaking the law either. So, we don't want to just shade one deal here and say, well, illegal people are creating crime. Look at your crime in all these cities today. That's not because they're illegal people. It's contributing to a lot of it. But we've been having crime in this country for a long, long time, and it wasn't before we had the immigration problem. So we need to wake up, America, and start punishing people for when they do something wrong.
I absolutely agree. I talk about the politics of respectability. Respectability is not a weakness. It is order. And we have a lot of homegrown Americans that are showing their behinds on a daily basis out here, just creating havoc and disorder. I guess the slap in the face is when you have someone who's not an American doing the exact same thing. It's like adding salt to the wound. But you're right. We all have to get our homes in order.
Yeah, and what we need to do is we need to get off the couch, good, healthy Americans, and go to work and help ourselves, help this country. Let's be a working part of the greatest country in the world. Let's don't just be a part that sits there and draws something from the few people that are working.
I agree. And with that, thank you so much, Mr. Joe Penland, Joe from Texas.com. Thank you so much, sir, for dropping in and bringing some wisdom to the room.
Thank you, as always.